Welcome to Primeval Predators. Today, we explore the rugged shores of the Galápagos Islands to witness a truly miraculous story of survival. Beneath the blazing equatorial sun, this harsh volcanic landscape hides incredible secrets and brutal challenges for every single creature living right here. Deep beneath the warm sand, a tiny new life is just beginning to stir, preparing to face an incredibly dangerous outside world. A newborn marine iguana finally breaks through the surface. He takes his very first breath, completely unaware of the deadly trials ahead. This fragile little hatchling must immediately navigate a treacherous path across the open beach to reach the safety of the rocky cliffs. The journey seems simple, but this seemingly empty stretch of sand is actually a notorious hunting ground filled with extremely dangerous predators. Every single step forward requires immense courage. The young reptile pauses, instinctively sensing that something wicked is lurking just beneath the surface. Hidden among the crevices and dry rocks, Galapagos racer snakes are patiently waiting for the perfect moment to strike their unaware prey. These highly specialized hunters possess incredibly sharp senses. They rely primarily on detecting sudden movements to locate and capture the tiny hatchlings. The baby iguana slowly advances across the dangerous terrain. His tiny claws grip the loose sand as he moves toward the rocks. Suddenly, a sleek racer snake emerges from the shadows. Its forked tongue tastes the air, searching for the scent of fresh meat. Instinct instantly takes over. The clever hatchling freezes completely in place, turning himself into a motionless statue to avoid being easily detected. Because the snakes hunt primarily by tracking active motion, standing perfectly still is the most effective defense mechanism for this vulnerable infant. His heart pounds wildly in his chest, but he does not twitch a single muscle as the deadly predator glides right past. The immediate threat seems to have passed. However, the beach is still crawling with dozens of other hungry snakes waiting to attack. Believing the coast is clear, the little survivor resumes his dangerous trek, slowly picking up speed as he nears the rocky haven. But movement is exactly what the ambushers were waiting for. Another vigilant snake instantly locks onto the target and launches its attack. The chase officially begins. The young iguana breaks into a desperate sprint, pushing his tiny legs to their absolute maximum physical limits. Sand flies into the air as the frightened creature dashes forward. He must maintain this incredible speed or face a terrible death. The commotion alerts the entire hunting party. Suddenly, snakes pour out from every single rock and crevice, joining the high-speed pursuit. It is no longer just one predator. An entire army of slithering reptiles converges on the poor hatchling from absolutely every direction. With remarkable agility, the iguana leaps over a snapping jaw. His survival instincts are currently operating at the highest possible performance level. From above, the terrifying scene resembles a closing net. The relentless snakes are actively trying to cut off all possible escape routes. He scrambles up a small sandy dune, desperately trying to gain some distance, but his ruthless pursuers are right behind his tail. One aggressive snake lunges forward with open jaws, narrowly missing the hatchling by a mere fraction of an inch during the sprint. The brilliant little reptile executes a sharp turn, successfully dodging another lethal strike and continuing his frantic dash toward the distant rocks. The relentless speed of the racer snakes is truly terrifying. They glide effortlessly across the loose terrain, closing the gap very quickly. Fatigue begins to set in for the tiny runner. However, the overwhelming will to survive pushes him to keep moving forward endlessly. Just as hope appears on the horizon, a massive snake suddenly emerges directly in his path, completely blocking the final escape route. With no time to stop, the tiny hatchling crashes directly into the waiting predator, sending them both tumbling into the dusty sand. Within seconds, multiple other snakes arrive at the scene. They quickly pile onto the helpless victim, wrapping their muscular bodies around him. The situation looks incredibly grim. The powerful reptiles tighten their deadly grip, forming an inescapable knot of scales around the young iguana. Only his tiny head remains visible through the terrifying mass of twisting bodies. It seems the brave little creature has finally lost. The predators continue to squeeze tightly, preparing to consume their hard-earned meal after the incredibly intense and exhausting high-speed chase. But this incredible story is not over yet. A sudden, violent burst of energy erupts from deep inside the tight snake knot. Refusing to accept defeat, the determined hatchling wriggles fiercely, utilizing every single ounce of his remaining strength to push his body outward. In a truly miraculous display of flexibility and sheer willpower, he slips completely out of the deadly coils and resumes his run. The surprised snakes are momentarily confused by this unexpected escape, giving the resilient little runner a crucial head start toward the rocks. He finally reaches the solid base of the volcanic cliff. The rough texture of the stones provides excellent grip for his claws. Wasting absolutely no time, he scrambles vertically up the steep rock face, desperately pulling himself higher and higher above the dangerous beach. One persistent snake attempts to follow him up the vertical wall, but ultimately loses its grip and tumbles back down the cliff. Safe at last, the exhausted hatchling reaches a high, secure ledge, pausing to catch his breath after the most terrifying ordeal imaginable. He looks down at the sandy battlefield below, where the frustrated predators are slowly retreating back into their dark and hidden crevices. An adult marine iguana suddenly approaches the brave little survivor, welcoming him into the protective colony resting peacefully on the warm rocks. Here, surrounded by hundreds of fully grown adults, the young reptile is finally secure from the deadly racer snakes roaming the sands. He closes his tired eyes and peacefully absorbs the vital solar energy, slowly recovering his strength after the incredibly exhausting morning chase. Surviving the beach is just the very beginning of life for these fascinating creatures, who possess a truly unique and extraordinary lifestyle. The marine iguana is actually the only lizard species in the entire world that has perfectly adapted to foraging in the ocean. Using their long, powerful tails, they swim gracefully through the strong ocean currents, searching for their primary food source beneath the waves. They dive deep down to the rocky seabed, which is beautifully covered in thick layers of nutritious green and red marine algae. With their specially adapted blunt snouts and razor-sharp teeth, they effortlessly scrape the delicious algae directly off the hard underwater stones. These incredible reptiles can actually hold their breath for up to an hour while grazing peacefully in the freezing cold ocean waters. Once their stomachs are completely full, they slowly swim back toward the bright surface, guided by the beautiful, shimmering tropical sun rays. Emerging from the chilly ocean, they climb back onto the dark volcanic rocks to begin the vital process of warming their bodies. To remove excess salt consumed during their underwater meals, they frequently sneeze out highly concentrated salt water from their specially adapted nasal glands. As the golden sun slowly sets over the magnificent Galápagos Islands, the entire colony rests together, sharing body heat against the wind. The brave little hatchling from earlier today sleeps soundly among his massive elders, completely safe and preparing for the long life ahead. These ancient-looking reptiles have successfully mastered the harsh environment of these isolated islands through millions of years of continuous biological evolution. The crashing waves and unforgiving terrain constantly test the survival skills of absolutely every living creature that calls this magical place home. Down below on the darkening beach, the hungry racer snakes continue their eternal patrol, always searching for the next unfortunate tiny victim. Survival here is never entirely guaranteed, and the young marine iguana must remain constantly vigilant if he wishes to reach full adulthood. This unique ecosystem is a delicate balance of life and death, where only the strongest, fastest, and smartest individuals can ultimately survive. From the venomous snakes on the ground to the sharp-eyed hawks circling high above, danger is always present in this paradise. Yet, the marine iguanas continue to thrive here, standing proudly on the rocks like tiny, magnificent dinosaurs from a long-forgotten era. Their extraordinary ability to exploit the rich underwater resources gives them a massive evolutionary advantage over other land-dwelling species living nearby. By huddling tightly together during the cold nights, they effectively conserve their precious body heat, ensuring they wake up energized every morning. When the bright morning sun finally returns, the endless cycle of warming, swimming, feeding, and resting will begin all over again tomorrow. Our brave little hatchling will soon learn to swim, eventually joining the larger adults in their daily underwater expeditions for fresh algae. He gazes out at the vast, endless blue ocean, instinctively knowing that his true destiny lies beneath those cold, nutrient-rich waves. The terrifying memory of the deadly snake chase will forever remind him to stay alert and never underestimate the dangers around him. His incredible escape stands as a powerful testament to the unbreakable spirit of nature and the overwhelming desire to protect precious life. He will grow stronger every single day, eventually transforming into a powerful swimmer, fully capable of conquering the mighty Pacific Ocean currents. The Galápagos Islands remain one of the most spectacular and pristine wildlife sanctuaries on our beautiful planet, full of endless natural wonders. We hope you enjoyed witnessing this breathtaking story of resilience, courage, and survival in one of the harshest environments on planet Earth. Thank you for watching Primeval Predators. Please remember to subscribe to our channel for more incredible wildlife stories from around the world.